Dieses Match ist der Main Event des heutigen Abends und ich rufe die Kontrahenten in den Ring.
You're looking at the Austrian Wolverine, a man who for 2 decades has been one of Austria's most successful wrestlers, a former world champion in the German Wrestling Federation. He's won titles in GSW, SWE, EWA, you name it. And what a record he has here in Pro Wrestling Austria as well. But here is maybe the most important fact of all when it comes to Chris Colen against Martn Payne. Payne, the champion, has never defeated Chris Colen. If he can't set that record right here this evening, we will have a new Openweight champion in our main event.
Ich rufe den Champion in den Ring.
It has been 11 months since this man won the Openweight Championship at Chapter 7 from Robert Dreisker. He has successful defenses in that time against Marius Alani, against Ricky Sky, Axel Tischer and Metahan. But will a match against the Emperor of Austria be a step too far for Martn Payne? Payne was a part of the very first New Japan Pro Wrestling Los Angeles Dojo class. He's fought all around the globe: Canada, China, Germany, England, Japan. And he is the top dog here in Austria by virtue of the fact that he has that openweight title firmly around his waist. But will that still be true a few minutes from now against a man who, remember, he has never ever beaten?
Meine Damen und Herren, dieses ist der Main Event des heutigen Abends. Dieses Match ist festgelegt für einen Fall und es geht um die PWÖ Openweight Championship. Dieses Match ist sanktioniert vom PWÖ-Vorstand und Matchmaker. Der Offizielle in diesem Fight ist der Head Referee Rainer Ringer aus Wien. Lassen Sie mich die Kontrahenten vorstellen. Zu meiner Linken. Er ist der Herausforderer. Kampfgewicht 105 Kilogramm. Aus Wien in Österreich. Er ist der Kaiser von Österreich. Er ist the Austrian Wolverine. Chris Colen! Zu meiner Rechten, mit einem Kampfgewicht von 100 Kilogramm, aus Wien in Österreich. Er ist der PWÖ Openweight Champion. Get ready for Martn Payne!
It was all the way back at Chapter 1 when Chris Colen won a tournament to become the Emperor of Austria. But since then, he has not claimed that openweight title. Instead, Martn Payne has. Can Colen set that right? The Austrian Wolverine against Martn Payne. Rainer Ringer, our referee, senior official here, calls for the bell. And it's our main event. A night where we've already seen the Tag Team Championships change hands not once but twice. As well as the crowning of that first ever holder of the 9 States Championship. These two now locking up. What will be the climax of an unforgettable night here in Austria. By the way, our next event, Chapter 11, September 20th, Chapter 12, January 10th next year. Tickets available at PWOE.at. All the information you need is there. And once again, if you've enjoyed what you've seen tonight at Chapter 10, we are at Pro Wrestling AT on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. I'm sure on those social media channels, we will have news about Chapter 11, at which one of these two men is going to walk in as the openweight champion. Been a hell of a run. It's past nearly a year now for Martn Payne. Colen able to grab that left wrist. Now grabbing a side headlock takedown from Colen. Squeezing at the head and neck here, trying to cut off the oxygen supply to the brain of the champion. Colen, with those 20 years of experience, knows what he needs to do strategy-wise against opponents of all shapes and sizes. He'll have thought out his tactics for this match well in advance, I'm sure. Great takedown there from Payne, knows holding onto that left arm of Colen. The armbar here, trying to hyperextend the elbow. You see Colen adjusting his body position to prevent that from happening. The shoulders of Payne down for a couple of seconds there as well. Colen somehow able to transition into the ankle lock briefly for Payne rolling out of harm's way. So he fought. Instead, he ran straight into a shoulder block takedown from Colen. Colen to the ropes. Leapfrog attempt, but Colen was fainting there. Meant that Payne landed hard on his back. Chop that was. Martn Payne. He's the one suffering the pain at the moment at the hands of Colen, who will send him to the ropes here, leaving a hip toss. Payne lands on his feet. Incredible agility from the champion, but Colen swats away the dropkick attempt. Colen ducking and diving. Incredible fitness, incredible conditioning we always see from Chris Colen. Talked about his other championship reigns elsewhere. I remember him spending pretty much a full calendar year as the world champion over at the GWF in Berlin. One of just a great many highlights in the career of Chris Colen. Another one of those highlights maybe incoming here. Payne now able to send Colen to the ropes, and this time the drop kick from Martn Payne does find its target. Colen goes down. To the midsection. Right, suplex. Well, looking for the arm bar. This time Colen, you see, with his right hand grabbing his left hand. that butcher's hook grip, so he's preventing the left arm from being released and from being hyperextended, stretched out. Now having adjusted his position, he's got Martn Payne down on his front, so he can go back to the ankle lock here, can Colen. Payne getting onto his back to allow himself to kick Colen away. Elbow and a chop, one after another. Second chop sends Colen into the corner. Here comes a third, Colen with nowhere to go. Colen's only option there was to battle out of the corner, and that's exactly what he's done. The discus clothesline, it looks like there. Payne with a series of chops here. Colen shoves the champion away. Colen just lifting him up effortlessly. Payne just clearing the ropes, landing hard on the arena floor. Only a very thin carpet to pad that fall, otherwise a hard wooden floor here. Colen leading Payne around the ring. Payne was able to free himself. Now some more chops here from the Openweight champion. Colen though, responding with some of his own. On the outside, Colen able to drop Payne spine first on the ring apron. Notice the referee as well is reluctant to count these two men out. No one wants to see a count-out decision in a main event for the Openweight title. You can see as well some of that athletic tape on the lower back of Martn Payne, suggesting that there may be some tenderness there as Colen goes for the cover. If there is, then the impact he just suffered on the ring apron will not have helped him any, obviously. Elbow to the face and to the chest, and dropping the elbow onto the fallen body before going for the pin there. Colen got another 2 count. Snap vertical suplex, swing of the hips here from Colen. Holding on, looking for a second suplex, and gets it. Can he complete the trilogy here? Yes, he can. 3 consecutive suplexes from Chris Colen gets him to within half a second of becoming the Openweight champion. Colen once more looking for the ankle lock. He's got it locked in here. Look at the angle of the ankle of Martn Payne. He was just checking there if Payne wants to submit. Most men would in this position because Chris Colen is tearing, ripping at the ankle here. Payne able to get up to his feet, and that helped him get to the ropes. Colen though not letting go, he's grabbed the other leg, twists him back round onto his feet. Payne goes behind into a German suplex. Charges into the corner, gets a clothesline on Colen, looking for a second, gets that as well. It's a third one on Colen. Colen with no answer there. Colen looks like he's out on his feet. Payne put him up on the shoulder. Colen sweeps away the leg again, once more back to the ankle lock for Colen. Colen once more twisting at the ankle. And that ankle at this point has got to be severely weakened. Colen trying to drag Payne away from the ropes. Payne was able to get out of the ankle lock again. Now gets the power slam on Colen. Payne from nowhere with a power slam, and almost off the back of that retained the title. Here, good number of them at least, chanting for Martn Payne. Payne having been through all of the effort, those title retentions, successful defenses against some of the best in the game. I named them earlier. Alani, Sky, Tisha, Metahan. Having come so far, doesn't want to relinquish the title here tonight to Chris Colen. Got Colen perched on that top turnbuckle. Colen though with the strikes here. There's some defense and it worked. Payne sent down hard to the canvas, a diving elbow drop from Colen. Might that be enough? Colen, look at that outside leg, left shoulder comes up for Martn Payne. Colen though with a cutthroat gesture. Does that mean that we're about to see the Wolverine's end? It looks like we are. He's setting him up with a double underhook. Body drop, back body drop from Martn Payne. Comes Payne. The top, diving onto Colen. Colen, I don't think was expecting that. Still got his wits back about him in time to get that shoulder up on two. It is on a knife edge here for the Openweight Championship in our main event of Pro Wrestling Austria Chapter 10. Colen challenging Martn Payne, and it is the champion who is ascending to the top turnbuckle. Colen though, Colen's going to join him up there. Colen with that split-legged stance, looking for the superplex, and he got it. If Colen can turn over, get that arm onto the chest of Martn Payne, Colen's going to be the champion. Colen though, rattled himself as well on the landing of the superplex. I wonder now if it's taken too long. Has that moment passed for Colen? Colen's holding the back of his head. Maybe the back of the skull. Hit the canvas especially hard for Colen. One of the things that often I think people don't think about when they see a superplex is that the amount of physical damage it can do to the person hitting the move isn't much less than the person receiving it. He seems to have found a second wind here. Colen knows what's coming. He's inviting it on. Shot from Payne. Colen somehow able to absorb it. Payne returning the favour, offering a free shot to Colen. Colen happy to oblige. Testosterone flowing here, a game of one-upmanship between Colen and Payne. Payne was able to duck Colen, kicks him in the back of the head. Payne to the rope, super kick right into the jaw. Payne comes back with a clothesline, both men down. Has been a scintillating main event. It is still there for the taking for either Chris Colen or Martn Payne. Payne drapes his arm over Colen. Colen still gets the left shoulder up, and still we go on here. Payne, German suplex on Colen. Colen though quickly getting back to his feet. Payne will grab him again. We'll give him more of the same. A second German suplex from Payne. 500 plus fans utterly mesmerized by this one. Can Payne hit a third German suplex? Colen, him hooking his ankle around the left leg. Speaking of the ankle, he's going back to it again for the ankle lock. Again to the ankle lock for Chris Colen. Colen increase the pressure on that ankle in any way he can. Can he force a submission here from the Openweight champion? Are these the dying moments of the 11-month title reign of Martn Payne? Payne gets to the ropes. Payne got to his feet again in that ankle lock somehow. Clothesline though from Colen. Colen picks up Payne, trying for the short arm clothesline. Payne able to avoid it. Can't avoid the ripcord clothesline though. Colen this time does get the short arm. Now Payne to the ropes. Another clothesline from Colen. Colen with some pain in his right arm. Gets on top of Martn Payne. Couldn't get enough though. Colen was barely on top of him there. Didn't get enough weight on the shoulders. Made it easier than he would have liked for Payne to get that left shoulder up off the canvas at the count of two. Payne though, look at this. Desperate times for the champion. Having to just grab onto that left leg. At least he prevented Colen from going where Colen wanted to go, but Colen sensing he might be able to get it here with the Wolverine's end. Wait, what a counter! The counter, the Death Valley driver! Death Valley driver from Martn Payne! Payne turns this match on his head! Now Martn Payne off the top! What an elbow! But Payne didn't have enough! Payne couldn't get on top for the pin! Goodness me! This is a war! An absolute war here between Martn Payne and Chris Colen! Now Payne gets on top! Can he still get the cover? No, he can't! But he's straight into the crossface! Straight into the crossface! Looking for the submission victory here over Chris Colen. Colen's thinking about tapping. Colen gets the shoulders of Payne down. Payne holds on. Payne holds on. When he kicked out of the pin, he didn't break the hold. Now he breaks it. More chops from Colen. Get to the midsection. Wait. The Uranagi, and he gets it. Colen with the Uranagi and a kick out. Kick out from Payne. But now the Wolverine's end. Can't lift him. Can't lift him. The top sunset flip. Payne sits down. Payne sits down on Colen. He got him. He got him. Martn Payne retains the title.
Sieger durch Pinfall and still PWÖ Openweight Champion Martn Payne!
Well, Martn Payne is going to make it to a full year as champion, and my goodness, no one can say that Payne hasn't earned it, especially after that win. The first win in his career over Chris Colen. Until he had a victory over Colen, I think Martn Payne in his own mind thought he couldn't rightfully claim that he was fully the top man here in Pro Wrestling Austria. But he has slayed that demon. And he did it in the main event of Chapter 10. Colen applauding a man who just in the end was able to outsmart him. Oh, hold on. Colen snatching the title here. We saw Team Turbulence do this earlier, and we know how that ended in the tag team title match. Colen, though, showing considerably more class. Tommy Tornado and Tommy Torpedo did earlier on. Bowing to the champion. who bows back in response. Great respect between Chris Colen and Martn Payne. Colen leaves the ring for the champion. He will have a well-earned celebration now, no doubt. Over 500 packed into this building here tonight to see Martn Payne successfully defend the openweight title. Payne has defeated Chris Colen. It's a win. I don't know if Martn Payne himself really totally believed that he had in him. But my God, he did. And as Chapter 10 comes to a close, as we look ahead to Chapter 11 this September, the question is, who, if anyone, can dethrone the openweight champion? Remember PWOE.at, the website to go to for information and tickets. We hope you've enjoyed Chapter 10 as Martn Payne celebrates a win over the Austrian Wolverine. Good night from Pro Wrestling Austria.